Yep. Yep.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Tuesday, and it's time for another episode of Ask Dr. Ron Show. And of course, I'm your host. I've got my brother, my friend in the green room, Mr. Revin Fellows. He is here. I know y'all thought he wasn't going to show up, but he made it. So I am so excited. Let me get all my announcements and everything out the way so we can bring him on the air. I want to hear everything he got to say. So the first thing I want to do is give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years. And out of that 30 plus years that we have been traveling together, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, as well as I have been a blessing to him and his family. So, one of the things about having a mentor, they are so valuable for your life. You can tremendously improve the journey that you're on by having one. That's why I talk about it so much. I want people to understand the value of a mentor. And Dr. Hunt, I tell you, you can't even put a price tag on how valuable he has been for me. And I want you to seek out and find somebody that you can trust, somebody that can help navigate your life, so that you too can have a mentor of great value. And then I want you to get a show so you can shout your mentor out. How about that? All right, so that being out the way, I want to invite you guys to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to first notice that you can watch each and every broadcast right there from the website in real time. So you can click on that live button and be able to enjoy all of the live shows right there. Like right now, if you go over there, you'll be able to see the show broadcast in real time. And then the next thing I want you to notice is that I have advertisers. They help make it possible for me to do what I do here on the show. And I want to talk about a few of them today. RRJ Web. If you have a website that's broken, that needs to be fixed, or if you want to create a website, RRJ Web will help you get all those concepts out of your head and put them on the World Wide Web so people can enjoy your products, goods, and services. And if your website is broken, somebody told you, oh, we can't fix it. Oh, yeah, he can fix it. Just reach out to him and he can help you fix any broken website. If you are interested in learning about solar panels for your home and or business, you want to reach out to Sir Synergy. So Synergy is helping people save money on their electric bill. You know, it's a big trend out there. Everybody is turning towards solar power because it's a lot more economical than having, as we used to say a long time ago, having ComEd in your pocket. You know, I remember when we were growing up as kids, you know, my parents would say, turn them lights out, get ComEd out my pocket. So if you get solar panels, you can save you some money on your business and or home. Port Again Sam. Now, Port Again Sam has been bringing in some of the best wine and spirits from all over the world. And I tell you, this time of year, He has a whole new inventory of lovely wines and cognacs that I promise you, you're going to find your new favorite wine. But I encourage you to reach out to him pretty quick, because if you don't, you're going to mess around and miss out, because they go fast. When he gets inventory in, it don't take long for it to go. Okay? So reach out to Sam, schedule a wine tasting so you can discover your new favorite wine. And last but not least, I want to talk about the Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, the Prince Hunter Financial Group has been helping people learn and understand how the stock market works and the Forex market. If you are a person that's always had curiosities on how people make money every day on the stock market or the Forex market, you definitely want to reach out to the Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, anybody that reaches out to him that tells them that they saw or heard what's going on with this advertisement, he is offering 4 free classes. So you want to get your 4 free classes so you can start your educational process going forward into the new year, so that you can begin to make money off the market. Okay? I encourage you, do something different going into 2024. Learn how to make money like the big boys do. Okay? And he can help you do it. So keep all of my advertisers in mind. If you click on any one of the flyers or banners that you see on my website, it'll take you directly to their website. You can reach out to them directly and have them tell you what they do better than I can. Okay? Well, like I said before, Revin has been on the show many times before. He's been coming on for years. I'm going to tell y'all a story. When I was doing just radio, okay, not the visuals, Revin would bring people down to the studio because he is such a powerful networker. I tell you, he would bring people down to the studio for me to interview. And I've met some very interesting people and some not so interesting people. But I tell you, this brother would grab somebody on the street corner and say, come on, we're going to be on Dr. Ron's show. And they bring them down to the studio. They get down there, boy. And I say, well, what you got? He said, man, I got a whole truckload of fake hair, you know, and it's on the corner of Madison and Pulaski. Come on with me, you know. And I'm like, man, I'm not sending no people down to Madison and Pulaski to get no fake hair. I had ladies in the studio that looked at me, start shaking their head. Nope, I ain't buying no fake hair off of Madison and Pulaski. Oh, but I want to welcome my brother back to the show. Thank you, my brother, for coming back. And you ain't bring no vendors with you this time, but that's okay. You here. That's all that counts.
Well, you know, it's an honor, brother Doc. I'm my own vendor now. I'm the Blacknificent LLC. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, one thing about Revin, y'all, you know, he's been on and off the show for years. And he's always knows what's going on the street. He's my man on the street for real, for real. His ears on the ground. He in meetings downtown. He's in meetings on 47th Street. It don't make no difference where there's a meeting, especially if they got some food in there. He gonna show up. See, that was the hook I didn't put in about him coming to the radio station. It didn't matter where Revin was on a Tuesday. He knew he can drop in for a cup of wine and some food, because I was feeding people that were a guest on my show. Revin be sitting over there, boy, killing the game while everybody else was on the air. He'd be like, yeah, they busy, And I would have sample food vendors come in, soul food.
Veggies,
Oh my God.
veggies also, apples,
Yeah,
oranges. Yep.
yeah, man. It was a beautiful thing. You remember Chris Bass?
Yes, sir.
Chris Bass said it was more than just a show, it was a networking event.
Mm,
Chris would sit there and see people coming in from everywhere to be on my show. And folks that had never known each other, but they would
wow.
show up and meet each other right there. And they would walk out of there with business cards. See, we had business cards when you're old. But I tell you, man, it was an event that led to where I am right now. The AskDrRon.com show. I swear. That's it. That's where it started at. Yep, right there in that little back room.
Well, my
And it
favorite,
was, look, and it was a back room.
lower level back room. Yes, sir. And, but I want to say the philosophy is ain't no eating, ain't no meeting.
Hey, that's for real. Yep. Now, when I talked to you the other day, because, Revin very seldom tell me no, and I have to thank him for that. That's what a true friend is. If I say, hey, man, it's the end of the year, I need to hear some Revinisms before the year goes out. You know, what should we be looking out for going forward into the new year? And he always, make us aware. Without hesitation, he will make us aware of what we need to know. So I'm gonna throw it to you, man, and let you start where you want to start at. I ain't even gonna, steer you this time. I'm gonna cut you loose. How about that?
That's a first. But
Yeah.
oh man, but congratulations for the years you've been doing the work. Every time
Thank
you
you.
come on the show, I think it's an anniversary celebration.
Thank you.
Longevity, you always reinvent yourself all the time. And
Thank you.
so, man, we thank you for your years of technology and communication and bringing straight no chaser. That's one of them straight no chaser. You don't want, you want the truth, then call. If you don't want the truth, don't call in. It's about taking the red or the blue pill. You want to perpetrate or you want the real stuff. So you can make a decision. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. But
Yeah.
now, man, we got a lot of stuff going on. The migrants, and everybody's touching on that, and um, they they chose to bring some people here. It's not registered to vote. They didn't pay any taxes. Um, they came in on bus loads, and um, after we get through knocking on doors, I do a lot of politics, and work on campaigns. We out there knocking on doors, matter of fact, we just successfully got 7,000 signatures for Chelsea Robinson, who's running for countywide circuit court judge, and then Judge Leonard Murray, he got 14,000. So we doing all that work to try to put people in place so that our people can have something. And then while we doing all that work, some people come here and benefit. That's not fair. We ain't anti nobody, but your mama didn't say, don't butt nobody, get in
Right.
line. Don't
Yeah.
butt nobody, get in line. So to give all these millions of dollars out to migrants and have us feeling guilty while young black girls are homeless in the streets and brothers out there, our veterans, hats off to our veterans. They out there talking about, can I borrow a quarter? And these people are inside the they outside the hospitals, they in the police stations. And
Police,
so
the
now they just
airports.
subsided.
Yep.
And we
Airports.
sit in a
Yeah.
bad place where our young black brothers on the street and our people are not getting a part of the American dream that we built. That's unfair, but I don't like to focus on it too long because I think some of that's a distraction. But what we should be doing for ourselves, I want my taxes. Also, we should be getting ourselves together to do for self. So, man, things are going on. I'm doing some stuff around economic development. As you
No,
know, we
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't move too fast. Because I got a question. Because, see, I live in the suburbs.
uh,
Okay. So I don't have that problem where I got to look them in their face every day. But my question to you is, do you think that the migrant situation is an opportunity for the black community to embrace them, partner with them, so that we can have them as allies in our battle, with what we're trying to accomplish, because eventually going to land somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be a part of something because they're here now. Them busloads of people that got dumped on our doorstep, they got weaponized by, the Texas governor, and he took them to Democratic cities and just dumped them. He spent, hundreds of thousands of dollars putting people on buses to ship them places. And I did a report on this. I think up to now, we almost got like 6,000 or 7,000 migrants in the city of Chicago, and not just in Chicago, but surrounding area. And with that being said, they here. We can't put them on a bus and send them nowhere. So should we? And I say we, I mean people of color, join forces with the brown-skinned people that have just arrived, and try to make a mega, merger with them, instead of letting the Caucasians or the Europeans grab hold of them and say, "Hey, we got your back. We ain't gonna let the blacks, the browns, and the colored beat up on you. We gonna take care of you." And then now they form a coalition together. I mean, this is just all something to think about, I would think. So what do you feel about that, bro?
As my brother Mark Allen would always say, I'm glad you asked.
That's a brother we lost, a couple of years ago, y'all?
Yes, yes. Black
Mark
Wall Street
Allen.
International.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But what I feel about that is this. We didn't have a relationship before they came with our brothers that's here from all the country up on north. We eat Jamaican food. We do this reggae. We've not chosen, even though a brother found Chicago is Haitian. We have not had a personal relationship with them, and the place is founded by Haiti, a brother. So
Yes.
now all these brothers and sisters come. Now let me tell you, it is going on. So I'm letting you know what you're saying. And some brothers thinking like you and sisters, they actually have a relationship and helping feed those families. They're just not getting any airtime. But that is happening just like you thinking. Our people, we look at people we love, and the ones that look like us. So that's in the making, not on a large scale, but on a small scale. How can we collaborate and make that happen? In which we should have done, just like they had thanks taken. Thanks taken. We just got through celebrating. Everybody talking about thank you for their food and God and all that. That was a Holocaust for the Indian. And
right.
as you know, in our DNA, we are part of that legacy and that
indigenous people.
ancestors, the indigenous.
Absolutely.
So that
Yes.
while instead of us getting with the Indian, our brothers and sisters from the native land in the native situation, and here, instead of having celebrate with them, saying the Holocaust happened, us and them together, we sitting on the one end, they sitting on the other end. We are thanking God for some turkey eating on the Holocaust, but yet you want somebody to support your black Holocaust, but you eating on our indigenous brothers' Holocaust. You can't have an oxymoron, it's contradiction of the spirit.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
I do say this, that the move is that everybody don't know, EB5.
Okay.
EB5 is the move. And most people don't know, you can Google it. So you look up EB5, Mayor Daley is EB5 working with the Chinese, and there's a lot of other people on the radar here, EB5. And what that does is people can come from another country, and you bring them here with EB5 and put them up for 4 or 5 years, and then they become legit citizens. Well, if you do that, money comes with that to do economic development business. You're looking at Chinatown. Mayor Daley went up to Indiana, so Gary. So what our move would be, not just to have a fellowship, because what we got in common, but what's going to be difficult, Dr. Ron, is we got something in common. Most of our people lost, so they be like, where y'all going? We like, I don't know. What you going to do? Man, where you going to hire? Well, so we have too much, so we're not organized. But there's brothers that are organizing, myself and others. But my point is, We take the EB5 and brothers coming from all the brothers that look like us in our family. We want them to come over here. We let them be with us and then give them citizenship in 5 years. But that money creates economic development, schools, and jobs. That's the lick, Google.
Yeah.
And that way you got to debate to say, come on down. But
Mm-hmm.
we've let them come here and divide us. They come in and tell them, don't mess with them black people. Don't mess with them N-words. Don't mess with them. They come in and say, man, them black people, so they move them up north. They do a nice interview. And you know you're in cabs. They have a stereotype. Why y'all ain't doing that? But they don't know laws been shot to read and write, to do all the stuff that these are things that are hindering us. So if you're from another country, talking about what's wrong with them black people, they can't do that. Well, purposely they blocking us and they want you to come so they don't have to deal with us. So that's the catch-22, and something got to change.
So you really think that that's an underlying message that they will empower them to do jobs? Because I hear that all the time. You know, they will empower them to do jobs that we don't want to do anyway. That's what they use that as a battle cry to try and keep disenfranchised black folks. Like, black folks don't want to work. Well, we didn't work already. We worked for 10,000 years.
For free.
Yeah,
free.
And we still trying to get back pay.
So, like you say, at some point, your mom and dad captive, and then they work, and they work, and they work. They put Social Security in, they put veteran stuff in, pension in, and then our children supposed to inherit. You tell us that we supposed to pull ourselves out of bootstrap when we built this whole thing is disrespectful. And what's going to happen is, the difference is, Dr. Ron, they can send that money back where they come from, and that money moves. Right now, Mexico is doing great. Economic development, business, they got the and the drugs.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of that going on, but my point is, they're recycling the money that whatever they make here, put it in, it ups the ante.
Because cost of living in so South America,
here and there. And so when we don't work, now our brothers will work sun up and sun down, but they're tired of being disrespected. And then remember, they don't deal with racism too much like we do, because we know racism when we see it real quick. And we ain't gonna be sitting there putting up on, man, you say it again, or you pull it again. So we got a different handcuff with us in terms of they're gonna work harder, because people think Latinos do better drywall than blacks. I know a bunch of Latinos brothers that messed up drywall. I know some black brothers that knock out drywall. So they can't keep saying all blacks can't do drywall and other people can. You just haven't had a director to show you where the best is. Right. And that's the confusion. You can't tell me we lazy when one job, it be 15 jobs come open. We got 100 black people in the line at 4 o'clock in the morning for 15 jobs.
That's true.
Even the ones that can't drop clean is in line. So that don't sound like a group of people that don't want to work. Who go out there at 4 o'clock in the morning for 15 slots?
And then they want to give us crumbs.
Yeah. So I think
because minimum wage is not a legal wage. Okay, that just keeps us in poverty.
Yes. Again, cost of the mayor and all our people just engaged themselves a cost of living, making over $150,000 a year for a part-time job. The mayor ain't been there for 4 weeks, and the rest of them been there 3 weeks, and they got a cost of living raise. And so I don't know. The dope man, I think he done put a little tab on his too. Man, we need to raise the dope game, because we got to pay
what you say? He even increased his tax for the people.
So I wouldn't be surprised the prostitute too. This thing ain't gonna work out for you. Loaf of bread, $10.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny you should say that, because just today, all day, from 9 o'clock this morning all the way up until about 30 minutes before we came on the air, I called my insurance company because they increased my homeowner's insurance by $200. So when I call them up, I'm like, well, why y'all, I ain't had a claim. What's the deal? So they tell me cost of living increase. I said, well, I ain't getting no cost of living increase on my income. So how the hell you get a cost of living increase on what you charging me? And they like, well, that's what it is. Either you gonna do it or you ain't. And I'm like, man, y'all got some BS with y'all. you know.
Strong arm tactics. Strong arm tactics.
Yeah, man, and then we starving to death, man. You know, man, and I don't have nothing against Colombia or any of those places where these people came from because the Europeans screwed over them too. TOO also. Okay? And then they come from where they came from trying to get over here, trying to, survive. Their survival journey came across Mexico and whatever other countries that they walked across to get here, just to try and get an opportunity, and they had to, pitfalls and dangers and, rape, murder, and pillage, all of that stuff, because they look like, only the strong survived in order to be able to make it to the border. You know what I'm saying? And then I have said this several times, and I'm going to say it again because it's worth saying. All those countries down in South America, Mexico, are all Catholic religious countries. The archdiocese have went in there and raped and pillaged for centuries. And from there to here, not one archdiocese has opened up their doors to help people that have been, donating to them and being raped and abused by them for centuries. I think in the last couple of weeks, I heard the archdiocese say since they got so much money being donated now, I was like, oh, we got some empty buildings we can put these people in. I say, ain't that a bitch? I'm like, that's crazy to me.
But somehow, Baptist, Pentecostal, Methodist, all them people from our culture, we got black Catholics too, but feel that we supposed to save everybody when we ain't got nothing. And we gonna, again, putting others ahead of our children is suicide, genocide. So nobody deserves more than your grandbaby. And you got black girls that need pampers and housing. They on the street. They're giving the migrants $500 a week.
Are they really?
Shit, about $500 a week is what they're saying. And I don't know what they're
Wow.
doing, but they give them 500.
Do you have to be able to speak Spanish to get that $500?
You gotta be trilingual.
So I can't pull that one off. I'm light skinned enough, but I don't think I can pull that one off.
I want to definitely do a disclaimer. I work with the Latino community and our other brothers, Latin brothers. So I'm not talking about them. Matter of fact, I admire the way they've organized to put the pressure on these people. They're organized. They're not
Yeah.
really registered to vote. They're using money and shutdown threats. And
Yeah.
so I'm not, but I just don't have a problem when people try to move up the line. And when I was in school, they say, man, don't butt.
Right.
Man, don't butt.
Right.
Keep on butting. I ain't gonna ask for one more time. It ain't gonna be a problem. So just get in the back of the line. People came first for the job at 4 in the morning. They first in line. The ones came. But why do we feel we gotta take a back seat when we the original children of Israel and we all that, and now we at the bottom of the barrel. God is not pleased with us not having our children that are kings and queens on the throne. And we are the
Absolutely.
chosen people. We're not better than nobody, but it's something about this melanin that's on Wall Street that's
We were
higher
the
than gold.
first. We were the
Higher.
first, the original people on every continent. We were the first. We the original indigenous people of the world. So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. So what do you think, in your opinion, Revinism now, just your opinion, not what somebody else say, is going to be a pliable negotiating solution to what we're looking at with this situation with the migrants?
There's a couple, but I don't think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna have a war in the streets because some of these Latin gangs are coming here and they in the community doing some stuff that our young men do. They're cutting into their money, and so this drugs exchange and prostitution is all around wherever the migrants is. And these shorties ain't finna play it. They got these switches and these guns, and then it's something that's brewing in the street with our young people with this other culture coming to invade their community. It's going. We might not never get to what's going to be a valuable outcome because once that happens, it's up. And I'm not hoping and saying, but it's brewing in the street. These young brothers and sisters are tired of people coming in their area, and then you got the black women standing there trying to get money. Now they got the other migrants with their babies out there getting money before the black sisters. The brothers been beating on the buckets, and we've been like, man, you need a job. Ooh. Now they giving out money to everybody with them. They beating the buckets, just got to sign up. We setting up some real bad energy that won't turn out good for us to get where you're talking now. As you know, I'm working on it, but I'm hoping we can put infrastructure in so that we can buy up landscape. So we're doing receivership. We're training people to buy property. We got guys in pre-apprenticeship and training and CHA, rehab and property. So we moving it, but we may not have the time to work it out with this coming because the summer going to be nasty with this migrant thing. It's going to take a whole nother toll. And I don't think it's going to be nice.
So basically, you think it's gonna be bloodshed in the streets.
The way it's going, blatant disrespect, and then they talking about putting migrants as police officers that wouldn't even they try to make them police officers, and how's
To
it gonna work
police
out
to
for them?
police their own.
Well, they can't police their own because they no yeah no police us because everybody from every other country is police in our community. We ain't got black officers.
What?
We
Okay.
police the own mean police us.
Oh my goodness, that ain't gonna work. Yeah.
It ain't gonna work out. You look at the
Yeah.
suburbs, a few black officers, and out in the south suburbs where you are, they got a couple of black guys, but in Chicago, everybody with the police pulling us over is young, white, or some, you know, they call it black or brown, whatever. But if they can bring this new way of being the police, we're gonna have a problem. And then you got the LGBTQ and they up the ladder with their piece, and then you got the migrants up the ladder with their piece, and so, and then you got the whites that's pissed off. So you talking about this ain't nice here in Chicago.
I got you.
Ain't nothing
So
nice.
so you started to talk about an economic development piece, and I cut you off. So I want you to circle back around to that.
Okay, well as you know, 4 or 5 years ago, Brother Roe Davis, myself, and Sister Wendy and Dr. Murphy, rest in peace, we formulated, and Sister Angela Williams, we formulated the Bob Biz Center on 79th and Langley. And we set up a model that's probably not been seen before that I've heard of. We launched 13 black businesses within 3.5 years with no government funds, no TIF, no empowerment zone, all investors. So we stood that model up, excuse me. And then at the same time, we're trying to get brothers to become receivers in the courts. So we got a group of
Mm,
brothers training to be receivers so we can go take some of this property back and land back and some of the land trust and then have enough money to go get 2 or 3 blocks instead of one block at a time or one house at a time. So that, and then we found some people with some independent money. I got a buddy that got over 250 something banks that's looking to do something with us. So all that is happening to be able to set up our own infrastructure, not beg people. But at the same time, you can't take the TIF money, send up north and empower white business, then talking about I need to circulate my dollar and then I don't get no tax break return on it. And then when they build without TIF money, you have to pay the TIF money back. That money will
right.
have to go back. It's tax finance. So we hustling backwards as I was talking last night to one of my friends. I don't like hustling backwards.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of pushes. It's a couple other things. Also, the solar energy thing. That's we training young people on solar. We want to go out to low hanging fruit with young men. All that unionized work. That's just stay on the block. Cynthia Stewart with Soul right there in Dalton. Her whole thing is teach them how to do solar, wind panels, rehab the houses, boom, boom. Stay out the union's way. There's enough work on the ground to put Ray, Junebug them together and put them on job.
Mm,
And
mm,
but it's wishful thinking. But I'm just telling you should be the economic agenda. Reparations should be on the table. We should be dealing with Dorothy Tillman's bill. Every time there's a contract up, it passed already. When she was had the banks apologize. If any contracts go through any banks here that had a relationship with the captivity of our people, then we should be at the table first. Section 3 of HUD, Civil Rights Bill of 64. Dr. Arthur Fletcher wrote the affirmative action, and we'll talk about everybody arguing about, they don't even know who wrote the bill. It's a black man who was my mentor. But one of the things I'm saying is, you got all this going on, and you had to use these things that's law. Section 3 means the residents of that housing project or in the development have to have 30 to something percent of the jobs because there's Section 3 of the HUD.
Right.
That's the law.
Right.
And so, so then you got the African American Employment Plan that I was able to write a bill for. Central Management Service is the #1 hiring component in the state of Illinois in government. Well, I passed a bill and some of my buddies in 2014. So if you go down there, Central Management Service, apply for the job, take a test, and then get it, you should be able to get placed because it says they got to hire black people in managerial positions and supervisor positions. It's a law. Latinos got one. I want one for black people, and the Asians copy that for theirs. You can go down there and fill out that application, especially HBCU students. Get down there. When the people ain't going to call you, you go say, did y'all see this law? You're violating the law, and then you move accordingly.
Right.
So that's some of the things I would suggest we got going. And my company I work with, we finna buy some stuff real soon. We'll be announcing, and we're gonna make it happen. But that's low hanging fruit, but it's big. And then we tie into Ghana. We're gonna go buy some land in Ghana and do some business. The king of Ghana was here, and then the former president of Ghana was here. That's going to be the new president. So we're building these relationships with Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, all this stuff we're doing that people don't see on the radar scope is what we're doing in terms of solutions. So I ain't talking about complaining, but you got to be able to see reality. For you can't fight what you can't see.
Absolutely. So I'm always encouraged over the fact that people like yourself, you keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in our communities. So what baseball bat do you need to whack folks upside the head to understand that we got a plan? We just got to work the plan. Because people, they think ignorance is bliss. Okay? Like, well, I didn't know this was happening and that was happening. And you and I have had friends that all their life talked about, economic development, buy black,
That's right,
circulate the dollar in our community before it goes out more than once. Every European culture, even the brown people, they spend the dollar more times in their community getting tires fixed, buying tires, tacos, whatever. And that's just a figure, that's a real figure of speech before they mess around and go down and buy something that they can't get next door. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go on one block, that dollar can start on the north side of the street and wind up on the south side of the street by the time that same dollar leave that block. Because they make sure that they circulate it as many times as they can amongst themselves. When they get a house or an apartment, they put 5 families in there, and that's not an exaggeration. Because they know when they pay the light bill one time, everybody got lights. They pay the light, the gas bill one time, everybody gonna have heat. So now you got 5 families, it might be my turn this month, next month might be your turn, but they have a plan for survival. And we can't get along with each other. Like, we both know that's a problem. We gotta learn how to, whether, even if I don't like you, Revin, I'm gonna spend my dollar with you. It just so happened that I like you and I love you and I'm going to support whatever you're doing. You and I have done things over the years, man, that people still don't even remember. It was funny. You was at a young man's house the other day, and I'm assuming he's a young man, but he was talking about the Revin's Rolodex. you know. And I say, well, I ain't nobody. He said, no, I ain't buying that. If you in Revin's phone, you somebody, And then you was telling me how he was the one that came up with the concept of Revin's Rolodex. And I say, did you tell him that over 10 years ago, man, we used to have a networking event every Saturday night, where people would come together out there at Ruby's and get soul food and listen to me talk trash. Do you remember? And he said, did you tell him about that? He said, nah, I ain't get a chance to tell him about that one. Because you and I, even going back to the networking event at the station, I kid you not. I'm joking about how you find folks, but you knew them folks already. You knew them folks. And what's our brother that passed away? That was his whole message, his entire life. He wrote a book about Bob Black.
Dr. Webb Evans.
Webb Evans, man. I swear to God, he been on my show more than once. I got his book. Guess what? I got his book autographed with the same dollar in it that he gave me when he came on my show.
Wow.
Now, how historic is that?
That's deep.
Because everywhere he went, and I'm just trying to let people know this is not a new concept.
Yes, sir.
This is real. This works. When he came to my show, him and Sax Preacher, because Sax Preacher was his driver.
Yes, sir.
He came to my show. He autographed his book, his whole message. He autographed the book, put $1 in it, and gave it to me. And I got it. I mean, it's historic. It's so valuable to me, because I got the message. Another brother with a message of the same thing. Ron Smith.
National Blog Club University. Yes, sir.
Here's a brother that promotes 365 days out of the year. Something should be going on to promote our community. Mm-hmm. And I think every Wednesday is by Black. He said 4 times a month.
Yes, sir.
4 days out of the month, we should be buying and supporting a Black business to keep them afloat and alive.
Wow.
His whole.
You, Doc.
Okay, come on. There you go. There he is. That's a drawing, right?
Yes, a little flyer, but here's a smaller version. This is a little bio of him we did. There you go, Dr. Webb.
Yes, sir. So look.
How to Get Off the Bottom. That's the book.
Yep. Yes, and man, we have had, and I'm saying this boldly and with confidence, we have had role models in front of us our entire time.
Yes, sir.
And we don't take them seriously,
We don't take care of them either.
Nope, we don't.
Take them serious, and we don't take care of them.
Like Brother Black, remember him? Black historian.
T-Mail Black.
Come on now.
The elders and the ancestors here, 100-something years. He reached almost 100.
Yeah.
These guys that lived through all civil rights movement and have us dying before we get to be 60.
Yep.
Both of them. Webb was 101. He was still driving his car.
Yep. Yep. No, look, I'm gonna tell you. I think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think no. I'm just collaborating with you even further. Webb was scheduled to come on my show, I think, a month or 2 before he actually passed away. Because he was still going. I said, well, should I reach out to Sax Preacher? He said, no, I'll get there. That's the truth, man. That's the truth.
This is a true story. Sax Preacher and him at a meeting. And so they had a meeting, and Sax Preacher gets up, and he got his crew with him. He finna go. So the guy said, you go on. Sax said, yeah. He said, well, what about Webb Evans? He said, he drove. I'm going in my car.
real, for
Leave him
real.
here. Leave him here. But that was the strength of that brother. And again, we don't take care of our own, and we don't honor. That's
Absolutely.
why I've always thank God that I am the ambassador spokesman for Dr. Webb Evans' legacy. And with that, I had the state rep forward to put legislation and historical archives of the state of Illinois recognizing August as National Black Business Month in Chicago with Dr. Webb Evans 31 Day by Black. It's a national movement, but we added. So he is in DC. I mean, he's in Springfield. So long after I'm dead and gone, everybody gone, it'll be in the history archives. A man that great is in them books, so they can't ignore him.
Exactly. Especially now in the United States when they trying to ban books.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
man, look, they trying to erase our history right before our eyes. They want to change it. Like we didn't exist. And I always say this is words that come out of my mouth each and every Sunday when I talk about a Black History Moment, 365 days out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The blood of our
That's
ancestors
right.
cries out
Oh,
for us to never ever let them forget what happened to them. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
You can put crack cocaines on our street, but the blood of our ancestor cries out for us never ever to forget the struggle that they had went through so that we can get where we are. So they can try to pervert our brains and pervert our actions. But man, it's up to us gray hair old dudes because now we the elders.
Martin Luther King, that's why we got to honor our own and accept ourselves. And when you said these people keep their money, those people love themselves and their race. We don't have a race philosophy. So you can't buy black when you hate yourself. You can't support black when you don't like who you are. You can't support black when you think the white man ice cold. You can't support black when you think you got nappy hair when that's just your natural texture. So you can't do all that. You're trying to get a perm and a weave, and you're doing all these superficial things, chasing. And we're the original people, so God can't help a group of people that don't like themselves. So consequently, I buy black because I like you. Like you said, Brother Reeve, I got you. But people just don't like themselves, and they
That's
figure
true.
I'll get better treatment because then we want to hook up. I know you know that one well. Let me get a hookup to get on your show. Let me get a hookup for the advertising. Dude, you don't ask them white people that. You don't never ask them.
Right,
And they
right,
can
right,
do it for discount because they got volume and they control the market. We have to
right.
spend extra money with our people to get it till we get our rightfully money, but we can't do their prices. And then you go next door because they price, but then that money goes to other countries and invest in their children. When your money don't go back to your children because y'all paying extra child care.
Man, look, let me tell you something. Something that did my heart so well this month, the month of December of 2023, I saw the Pie Guy and Turkey Chop join forces, to establish a presence on the south side of Chicago. And I'm going to go down there and support them, and I don't even eat meat, but I'm going to go down there and buy something. And I'm going to keep on supporting them and keep talking about them because Quentin and both Chef Carlton are both personal friends of mine, and I'm gonna do my very best to sound the alarm. Let's keep them going. Don't let this partnership fail.
Mm-hmm. I
It's up
didn't
to
know that.
us. Yeah,
I
you
didn't
mean
know
I know
that for
something that you
sure.
don't know? Oh my
Yeah,
God! Especially about look,
Bowen got by me. Both of them my
especially about
friends.
food.
Both of them my friends. So you must be a better friend than I am. Both of them my friends. They ain't told the number one network in Chicago that they done got together on a package deal. So
Look, well now you know. Okay, so now you know. So look, man, we got about 10 minutes left on this show. I know we've been chopping it up. So what do you think going forward into 2024 is going to be the biggest or the most powerful influence that you and I can make going forward, man? I'm putting the burden and the auspices on us. What do we need to do, man, to help our people the more?
Um, we gotta preach self-help and love.
Okay, y'all stand by 1 second. He dropped
Okay,
off.
looks like
There you go. He came back. All right. I see
it.
him.
Sorry.
You had froze up for a second. All right, say that again. We got to preach self help and love. Go ahead.
Self-help and love, and we got to make a commitment since they want to bring migrants, and then the whites want to disrespect us, and we got to take our money out of circulation and spend it with each other so they can understand if we don't buy nothing, don't nothing move.
That's true.
And you don't need everybody. That's what makes it. Well, everybody got no. You just need 20%. The remnants is good. It's live. It's kicking. One can move
Mm-hmm.
1,000. Like you say, I can move 100 something, 200 people on my phone, Android, and it's broke half the time. So we can, we got what we need. And then this is the most powerful thing we can do. And you can teach really because you got the airways. The devil don't have this much power. And God is in control.
Yes.
So when God got them occupied and busy and trying to get your children's attention while letting your children suffer unto God's violence, the devil
Yeah.
can't do it unless God allow it. And he made both of them. God made the devil and good and bad. So the angels come in both things. But be clear, God is trying to keep them people confused and then keep us distracted when all we should do is buy black, build black, and love black.
Yep. I
It's
agree.
shy Tulsa, not Chirac.
Yep. I got you.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I appreciate that. Well, my commitment is going to be to do more of what I've been doing, a lot more of it, trying to get more heroes and sheroes from our community that people, mainstream media, will not see or acknowledge. I'm going to continue going forward into the new year with sounding the alarm, about where we at and who we are.
Mhm.
That's important because, mainstream media don't talk about a Revin Fellows. They don't talk about a LaShawn Ford unless he didn't, did some tax evasion or something. Then they want to
Well,
talk about him all the time, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm letting people know where our heroes and sheroes are at so that we can celebrate them, support them, and help them be all that they can be, you know, going forward. That's my commitment to us, you
mhm.
know. You know. So what you doing for New Year's, bro? I ain't gonna ask you about Christmas. That's too close.
um, I'm going to be working. So, when we sleep, European people, they're in the room trying to figure out sometimes how they going to get rid of us. So, but I got two candidates I'm working with for Judge Chelsea Robinson, running for countywide circuit court judge, and uh, Judge Leonard Murray, who's over housing for the Cook County area. He's looking for a bigger position, but he's over housing. So while everybody's down on a holiday and having a good time in other cultures, and even our group, I'm gonna be out there talking about here's you're gonna need to call a judge at some point. You're gonna need to call a judge at some point. You're gonna need to call a judge because if we can some of our children get in trouble, they go to jail or they go to jail, they do time. When other ethnic group in trouble because they have relationship with the courts, they send them to counseling.
Right.
So we want to have a relationship, not for them to do nothing illegal, but you cannot have friends with the court. That's why y'all think Burke and all them going to jail. His wife is Jane Burke. I mean, Jesse Jackson's son went to jail. He didn't stay that long because he had a relationship. They had family had a relationship with Burke. So y'all gotta understand, you ain't gonna play the game. You don't know how to play the game, then you're gonna get whooped. And as they say, ignorance of the law, sometimes no excuse.
That's true. And sometimes just being black or brown skin or African American is a crime in most places.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to have something to counteract that.
Oh
For
man.
real, for real.
Yes, sir.
You know.
For real, for real. But no,
Yeah.
but I thank you again. bringing knowledge. There's a lot of things going on. And what we gotta do too. I'm gonna try to do well. Keep you hitting with good stuff going on, because the good gotta outweigh the bad. Because there's a lot of good stuff going on, and
Yeah.
you can't have everything look bad, then tell the children they should buy black when everybody
Right.
around the community look like somebody else.
Right. That's true.
We contradicted to everything we say, and we blaming children. And it's too much pressure to put on these children who got enough pressure. Now, some of them are bad. I mean, some of them turn into bad because I don't think they're born bad. But in the day, you got to let the people know that I was just working with 200 some black boys last week, and nobody shot, nobody killed.
No,
And
and
that
that's
didn't make
been
the news.
yeah, that's your favorite thing, working with the young people. You know, you've been doing that for a while now. You know, I remember we was at, and I talk about him about this all the time, Brother Osei. You know, he's
Oh
a
yes, oh yes,
favorite to
yes
the
sir,
show.
yes sir.
You know, remember when he used to do the No Crime Day 3 years in a row?
And had that peace summit.
Yep.
Yes
No
sir.
Crime Day Peace Summit. You know, used to do it out there at what was it?
Croc Center. We was at one was the
Is it
Croc
Croc
Center.
Center? That's right. That's right. And every year, because it was a Rotary sponsored event, I said, man, when you coming back, man? Well, we got to think about, got to get the people to organize it, because this man worked from sun up to sundown.
Woo! He
He
get
don't
things
sleep, and he
done.
got a family, you know, and he don't be home. Or he do be home, and he still ain't home,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he be, you know, but you know, we got a lot of people that we know that we hold up and encourage to try and keep doing what they doing, because if they fall, we in trouble.
Woo! And so we fall down, but we get up.
Yep, absolutely. Look,
Man,
all right, look. We got about 3 minutes left. Did we touch on everything of importance ending this year, man, going forward?
one last thing. We're introducing a bill to take the 13th Amendment that says involuntary servitude. We found out Illinois is the first to sign it, and Colorado and 8 other states have taken it off. So we'll be launching that here in Chicago because it's on the books. Lincoln them laid it down. So Chicago has a lot of brothers and sisters in jail black around because the law says so. And so we want to take that off the book going into the new year to the convention, because if you ain't taking the 13th Amendment out the conversation, then it won't be a lot of conversation with no convention. Y'all need to stop by the hood and say hello.
There you go. All right. There you go. You dropped out again, boy. I tell you, I don't know what he got going on with his service over there. He froze up again, y'all. Y'all stand by. Hopefully it'll pop back on. Let's. Yeah, there you go. You back.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, somebody calling. Go ahead, I'm good.
Oh, is that what it was? Is that what it is? They ain't listening to the show.
Disrupt my
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah. No, I got the 13th Amendment. Illinois got to go off.
Yeah,
You know, I always ask two questions before we get out of here. The first one is, will you come back and see me again?
anytime.
Good, good. The second one is, what would you like to leave with the people before we get out of here today?
Ooh, that we are the original people, and the people that they now see on the bottom, God is going to put us back on top. We just got to turn and seek His guidance and apologize so He can heal the land. And we right where we need to be. We got everything we need. I believe we're at a point that the Bible say, "Come out from among them and be ye separate," said the Lord. "Touch not the unclean thing." And all this world is going dirty, and God don't want us to catch us riding dirty. So if we turn back and just do for self, turn within, and watch how He deal with them people. You ain't got to fight them. You ain't got to protest. There ain't got to be no weaponry. It's going to be destroyed because God did that in the Bible, several places where they were disobedient. And all you do is put that blood on your door or that purple something, because it's coming.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I want to thank you for riding in the car with me for all these years, man. I thank you so very much. Hang close to me because I get crazy sometimes.
I got my
But
own
I
car now. Did God do it?
Yeah, cause look, I used to have to pick Revin up, y'all. Used to have to feed him.
Just drop me
Used to
off here.
look. Used to have to buy his hot sauce for him.
Don't go there. That's another story. Leave the hot sauce alone. That'll never go, brother. We'll live
Oh
that one down the
man,
rest of
but
our life.
not at all. But he's my brother, and I love him, and ain't a damn thing he can do about it. And I thank him so much for being there with me all this time, and vice versa. I'm gonna be there with him. Thank you, man.
And thank you, and keep up the good work. And let's go. Keep an eye on God. Don't get distracted.
Absolutely, absolutely. You stay right there, man. We're gonna end this show.
Okay.
All right. I want to invite you guys out to join me each and every Wednesday at noon for the noon report on Street News Now. We have a wonderful network where we bring our news to the world. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to come and check me out on Street News Now. Right here on this network, just click on the link. When you see Street News Now, you'll be able to catch what's going on. Also, want to invite you guys out each and every Saturday from the desk of Dr. Ron. I am there giving you what's on my heart each and every chance I get every Saturday, 12 noon. Don't want to miss that. Don't forget, each and every Sunday evening, I give you a Black History moment straight out of our history, 365 days out of the year. I need you guys to support me with all these networks. Tell somebody what's going on. And thank you all for making donations and contributions. Put me on your list to make a contribution going forward from now to the new year. Help me out, y'all. Let's keep this thing going. I need your support. Thank you so very much. And don't forget to support my advertisers. They keep me alive, y'all. Help them. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I love you guys. You all stay blessed, stay safe. Let this holiday season have a survival, story. Don't let it get you. Don't be slaughtered, massacred, or overcome by the foolishness that's out there. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed. Take care. Peace.